Disappointed that we, couldn't get the win, obviously, Tuesday night. Obviously we beat ourselves with our turnovers. Uh, Little Rock's a good team. They won a championship recently. Coach Walker, he does a great job with his program. And we didn't play well enough to win on the road. And with all of our mistakes and with all the turnovers we were still had a chance to win. We were down one at the end of the game. So in terms of where this team can go, I think it's got a very, very high ceiling. Coop hadn't practiced in 3.5 weeks. Trent obviously missed a game. He's been out for a while. So we're still getting guys back on the court. We just can't beat ourselves. And that's kind of was the message yesterday to our guys in terms of, what it takes to win on the road is we got to be one way. We got to be consistent. We got to play the right way at all times. And, if we do that, I think, we can play with anybody in the country.
And then Austin Peay tomorrow night, what challenges do they present? What's the scouting report there?
Yeah, Austin Peay, very good team. They brought in a lot of transfers. They got a pretty old team for a first year, obviously with Coach James. They got a really good point guard who's been there though for a couple years. He's 2-to-1 assist ratio. He can kind of controls the tempo. Paez. They got a freshman big kid who's probably going to be up for freshman of the year in the league. And then they got really good wings in terms of Copeland, in terms of Silver, who transferred from Oregon State, played in the Sweet 16. So they got multiple weapons. Offensively, they play with great pace. They really share the ball. And then defensively, they do a good job helping each other and being connected on defense.
Okay, let's go to questions. And first to Jake Siegel.
Good morning, Coach. Obviously, the ride back to Carbondale probably not as pleasant as you wanted it to have been the other night. Besides beating yourself in this game, what else did you see from your team that maybe you didn't like in the opener?
Well, can you repeat that question one more time? Sorry, Jake.
Sure, that's okay. I was just saying on the ride back home from following that loss, aside from knowing that your team beat itself, what else didn't you like in your team's performance on opening night?
I think with going in terms of beating ourselves, just, the poise, and that obviously goes into beating ourselves, just, kind of careless turnovers that we got to clean up, unforced turnovers, that we just got to do a better job executing. So that was definitely obviously a big takeaway.
How impressed were you, at least when this game opened? I think you were up 27-13. Obviously, you had a lead going into the break. How, was that kind of the game plan you were expecting, to be up early and then, hopefully have this game not come down to the...
Yeah, well, I was expecting to execute, and play the right way. And if we did that, I thought we could get good shots. When we were up early, we were getting good shots, open threes, layups, dunks. And that's the way we want to play offensively. Defensively, we were getting stops. We were taking them away from the paint, making them take a bunch of tough twos. Sometimes they hit a couple of those. And we knew, in terms of some of the shots they take, they would make some tough shots on us. But, we definitely expected to execute.
You mentioned that execution. What do you think was the biggest difference between the first half and the second half of that game? Was it just the points off turnovers, or was there something more to that?
I would say the turnovers, and obviously I think they went on a 16-0 run or something. So obviously that stretch was the biggest difference, and just turning over against the press, and turning over in the half court situations. You can't afford to give a team who's playing at home in the home opener, who's a very good team, that many extra possessions and expect, to win or expect to have a lead in that moment. Give our guys credit for fighting back, not playing well, for that really middle 10-minute segment of the game, and still find a way to get to a one-possession game and have an opportunity to win at the end.
Yeah, what do you tell your team in that situation, knowing that they went on this big stretch of scoring? How do you kind of inject some life into this team, knowing that the situation could be tougher?
Like when we were down, how to get it back in the game, you're saying? Yeah, I think it's just, obviously we talk about next play all the time. we can't control what just happened. So like, there's no point of putting our head down, having bad body language, being upset with yourself, being frustrated with yourself. It's a 40-minute game. You got to play every single possession like it's the last. And so having a short-term memory, for us, that was just our message to our guys throughout the timeouts, through, free throws, whatever it was, just trying to get these guys to understand there's still a lot of time. They're going to give us opportunities. If we can just execute and get some stops, we'll be able to get back in this game.
Thanks, Coach.
No problem.
Okay, let's go to Todd Hefferman.
Good morning, Bryan. That Austin Peay's probably going to press you too. What has to get better about you breaking a simple, full court press that you just really struggled with for a couple minutes there Tuesday night?
Yeah, I think having the poise, and then being aggressive, taking care of the ball, meeting our passes, not getting rushed. But our guys just have to kind of play downhill more against the press and not play so much east-west. But some of our turnovers were just, for whatever reason, we weren't focused, on that possession, and kind of made careless turnovers, not even against really, strong traps or anything like that.
You moved the ball at a significantly quicker pace, it seemed, early on, where you're getting good shots. Just how important is that going to be for your offense? Because Austin Peay has some size similar to Little Rock.
Yeah, they got great length, and they're going to pressure. They're going to be up their lines. They're going to try to turn us over. And they're going to play extremely hard. Obviously they had a, Division II or NAIA game on Tuesday night, and so this is their first Division I game. This is kind of like their opener, so they're going to be ready to go. And our guys, understand that. And for us, ball movement is key. There's a reason we have 4 or 5 guys on the floor that can score, and we got to use that as our strength, and make sure that the ball constantly moves, and we got to make sure we play downhill to be able to do that.
You won the rebounding war. Just how happy were you with the effort, all 5 guys on the floor getting the boards?
Yeah. I mean, it's something that we're slowly getting better at. We're nowhere near where we need to be at in terms of rebounding on both sides of the ball. But, I think these first couple, in terms of exhibition, scrimmage, and Tuesday night, we're improving in that area, and it's got to be a staple for us. We got to be an elite defensive rebounding team.
You mentioned their coach first year. You recruited Silver at one point, but they haven't played a Division I team yet. How well do you feel like you know them with their new guys? Yeah,
I know they had a scrimmage game versus Middle Tennessee, I think. But yeah, obviously there's unknowns with them, like it is, with a lot of teams early on in the season of college basketball. So there's not a lot of film from last year that we can go back and watch. There's personnel with the transfers that they have. So, really studying the personnel, and, from Tuesday night's game, we were able to get that game, obviously. So just trying to watch that game. And, for us, it's about, playing the right way ourselves, and doing what we do best defensively, doing what we do best offensively. And if we can do that, we'll give ourselves a chance to win the game tomorrow night.
What can you tell me about Trent Brown? How is he doing, and how badly does he want to play Friday?
Well, he wants to play extremely bad. He's doing all right. He was still sore yesterday. We'll see how he feels today, see if he can practice this afternoon. And, I'm not sure, his status, is obviously frustrated. He had 3 really good days of practice leading up to Little Rock. And for whatever reason, on warm-ups, his back acted up on him again.
I mean, has he practiced well? I mean, has he been able to do everything he usually does when he's been out there?
Yeah, he had 3 good days of practice before Little Rock. So, we're obviously fully expecting him to play on Tuesday night. And like I said, in the warm-ups, his back kind of tweaked up on him.
So what's fair for Friday? Questionable or
yeah,
possible?
Questionable.
I mean, are you more likely to leave him out because you get 5-6 days before you have to play Colorado after this game?
Yeah, I mean, if Trent's healthy, he'll play Friday night. But if he's, if he doesn't practice today, and then he won't play Friday night if he doesn't practice today. I'm not going to throw him out there, not playing for 3 straight days. And then, obviously we'd love for him to be able to play Friday night. So his first game, isn't, against Colorado in the Paradise Jam. But, the biggest thing for Trent is he's got to get his body healthy. We need him this year. I mean, he would have helped us a lot Tuesday night. He's one of our best leaders, and we need him on the court. We need his energy. We need his defense. We need his passing. So, it's not about, rushing him back either. It's about making sure his body feels good where he can play consecutive games, 2 games in a week, 3 games in a week, and making sure that, when the Valley season comes around, he's going to be there for us every night.
You did a pretty good job with Nikolai Maric, their best player. Cameron Copeland is kind of their forward. That's pretty strong player for them. I guess how different is he from? I guess what's the biggest challenge?
Copeland, I mean, he's a versatile wing, athletic, extremely athletic, can do. So, he can offensive rebounds. So, he presents a lot of challenges. He can post up smaller guards. So, obviously he's off to a great start this season. He's a very talented player in transition. He really likes to attack as well. So, it's not going to be, Marcus or Coop or Harvey's job to stop him. It's, we're going to have to make sure that, all the guys are aware of them. And, I think the thing about, Austin Peay, their lineup on the floor, they got multiple guys who can really score the ball, and that's what makes them hard to guard.